Now, I'm not judging anyone that does one or the other. Just, I know those early years when I would have been desperate.
I was desperate.
The Google searches and YouTube searches we did.
Spent a fortune on needless things.
Yeah.
Because I started looking at one thing, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Every advert was recommending something else. And then I'd read the comments, and every parent was saying, do you know what, this has helped massively.
Yeah.
I go out and buy it. Lo and behold, didn't work.
Yeah.
Didn't work. I could do a car boot sale with everything. That did not work.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
It's very warm.
It's fucking boiling.
It's far too warm.
I thought we were done with it. I thought it was gone.
I know. Fancy us having a summer. I'm not used to it now.
It's going to rain this weekend,
I
apparently.
blame Greta.
Greta? Well, it's not Greta's fault. She's the one trying to stop us using fossil fuels.
Just blame her anyway.
Just blame Greta anyway. So, what are we talking about today, mate?
I thought we'd start off with something a bit lighter. So
yeah, something that's not too controversial.
I don't want to do a controversial again. We've done enough controversial.
Yeah, we don't
We'll
upset anybody.
Go something light, straightforward. So, stem cells.
Oh, that's a great show, actually. Stem cell therapy.
Oh, my God. Stem cells and autism.
The uncontroversial topic.
I know.
That is stem cell therapy
Hope
on autistic
science
children.
or a very expensive gamble.
I don't know.
We don't. All I know is since we've started doing the podcast, is the last 2 months we've been approached by medical, I'll call them professionals.
Yep.
Based in the US, Europe, and a little bit further afield, saying, "Hey guys, can we come on and talk about our business?"
We had another one today.
Do we have another one today as well?
Just pure letter of interest.
Oh my God.
I was like, I want to go back through them and
Yeah.
find them, and we had one come in today.
Yeah, I mean, it must be quite big because we've had actually media teams, social media teams attached. Is that the same?
That's
there?
what this was. It
Yeah.
was. We really highly recommend that you speak to these guys, and it's like, yeah, I'll bet you do.
Oh wow! So it's something that's been on our radar for a while, and we had a little bit of a debate as to whether we do discuss this.
Because we know how sensitive some of you are.
Yeah, and then based on that, we said yes, let's do it. So I guess kind of the main question is: does stem cell therapy genuinely help autistic children, or I can't believe this, are some clinics selling hope without enough evidence?
Why would they do that?
I have no idea. I have no idea why they do that.
By the way, we are going to take the piss a little bit. It's going to be a little bit lighthearted based on the topic.
And based on who we are.
Like, we're just taking the piss. Like, so if we say anything that upsets you, deal with it. But also, we're just joking.
Yeah, and I say this from the offset here before we even get into it. We are not attacking parents.
Oh, no way. Oh,
100%.
glad you said that, because that is...
I just want to put that massive caveat
from the top.
out there.
Yeah, yeah.
We are not attacking parents. If there's any families that are thinking about it or have already gone down that journey, this is not us having a bit of a dig at you or a sly kick or anything else like that.
Not at all.
Because you need to do as a family what you feel is right for your child.
And we know what it feels like to be at the beginning of that
100%.
journey, or not even at the beginning of the journey,
100%.
going through it day to day with your kid and be like, I need something.
You
to help
will
my
look
child.
at absolutely every avenue.
Yeah.
So we absolutely understand families that are considering this or families that have already gone through this process. And it'd also be great after this to kind of hear about your experience as well.
Oh, great! Yeah, if everyone's had any success with it,
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Or if you felt like it's not really achieved anything, or the benefits weren't as great as were possibly, I'm going to use the word sold.
or you feel like you
to
just blew upwards of 50 grand.
Yeah. So all we're going to do is kind of look at the science, a little bit of the science, the kind of the clinician claims, the cost, the risk, whether the evidence matches the marketing that's out there at the moment. Because the only way I can describe it, once we started looking in this, all our ads changed on social media. It was almost like the old the turkey teeth adverts, and everything else like that. So the key message is, look, stem cell therapy is a legitimate area of research. Let's get that out there.
Yep.
But it's not currently a proven treatment of autism. So across the world, parents of autistic children are being offered something that sounds almost miraculous, and that's stem cells. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at clinics promise a multitude of things, and it ranged from better speech, better eye contact, calmer behaviour, and in some cases, which they describe as repairing or reversing autism. And the costs, again, can be £10,000, £20,000, or even £40,000. And some families are told their child may need more than one treatment, which is usually the case. And you know when you get those, hey, we'll remove all the metals from your...
The heavy metals.
But remember, you've got to sign up to a 3-month course before you'll notice any difference.
And it's like 120 quid a month or something like that.
So, yeah, I kind of mentioned we've been approached by people describing themselves as doctors or wanted to use the Autism Dadcast to promote their clinic. So far, we've refused that. The episode, again, is not about mocking parents who have gone ahead with stem cell treatment. Most parents, like ourselves, are going to be acting from love and doing what they believe gives their child the best chance. So, but love does not mean clinics should be able to take or make huge claims without any proper evidence. So today we're asking, do stem cells genuinely help autistic children, or are some clinics selling desperate families an extremely expensive form of hope? So, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. Right. I don't know where to start with this. It's a bit like when we did the vaccine.
Yes.
We don't know.
No.
Vaccines cause autism or not. We don't know. There's people out there and there's parents that go, it definitely doesn't. I know this for a fact.
Yeah.
All we know is what the studies and what the professionals, scientists have told us.
Yeah, and at the moment, every major study that's been verified has said no. Mm-hmm. And when we've asked for evidence from people that have said, no, it definitely is, they've not then produced.
It's kind of conjecture. It's a lot of it is kind of anecdotal. So a lot of parents, and I totally get this. A lot of parents they'll have a child that was seemingly normal, for lack of a better word, had the vaccines, and then the shit hit the fan. Yeah. That for them is evident, and that's fine. If that's evidence enough for you,
well, you can understand that because that's cause and effect.
I would think exactly the same thing.
And don't get me wrong. Like, there's days where I flip between the two. Still, sometimes I go,
"Yep,
maybe it was that MMR, or maybe it was COVID."
100%.
But until
evidence.
Something can prove it,
yeah,
it's hard to say.
Yeah. So, should we start going through some of the studies?
Shall we?
Okay.
Shall we? And again, we're not saying every researcher working with stem cells is a con artist. Again, that's the other thing that we need to say. There is genuine research.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Taking place.
Yep.
But there's a massive difference between something being researched and something being proven.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, we can speak to this because we've both got children of similar levels of autism.
Yep.
We talked about that ad nauseum. So should we talk about some of the points where people might start looking into this? And I know because we've had exactly the same thing.
Yep.
So I think the first one, and this is something that comes up anecdotally quite a lot as evidence that it's worked, is when the children start to form words. So speaking non-speakers is one of the big reasons people go and look into stuff like this, the same as we did early on. Children being distressed, self-harming.
Yeah.
I mean, Thomas did some of that when he was really little.
Yeah. Lydia was the same.
Yeah. Families being failed by the schools, health services, and being on really long waiting lists. You can imagine, quite being 100%. On this really long waiting list, and you're like,
time's going by.
How can I make it so I no longer need to be on a waiting list at all? Parents feeling conventional services have nothing more to offer. Yep, get it. Online videos may appear more dramatic, show more dramatic changes, and parents may fear they will regret not trying again. That's like the reverse of the vaccine thing. Parents regretting taking their children to get vaccines because they're concerned that the vaccine caused the autism. So again, this is kind of hammering home that point that we totally 100% understand why
every
people
single
would go through this.
those things there. Yeah, 100% get.
Absolutely.
100% get.
But the problem is, this desperation, for lack of a better word, is what makes parents easy. I say targets, for lack of a better word, as well. Like, they're so desperate, they will try anything to help their children.
Well, they are. I suppose they are targets in this, aren't they?
Yeah,
because it's not coming from the NHS, or it's not coming from, the actual national health service, whatever country you're coming from. It's private clinics.
Yeah, I think the problem is with using, and this is what I was a bit
and if they're paying money to have social media campaigns, putting adverts out there, or it comes up now on Facebook. Have you thought about this?
By using the word target, it sounds nefarious, doesn't it? But again, to your point, we don't know that these clinics don't genuinely believe in what they're pushing.
No.
So they might genuinely believe it. I mean, but the problem is, we'll go through it in a minute, but there's so many studies that have been done that show that there isn't a great deal of evidence that this works.
Yeah.
So unless they know something everyone else doesn't, surely the evidence these clinics have got is anecdotal as well, which is parents saying, we had it done, and my kid is now talking. But I'm kind of going off a little bit here. But okay, so this is important, and we're kind of preaching to the choir, aren't we? But should we talk a little bit about what autism actually is?
Yeah, so kind of a simple explanation. So it's a neurodevelopmental condition. Let's get that out there. Basically means the brain develops differently from early life. And it's not normally understood as being damaged brain tissue, an infection, a tumour, or a faulty organ, or one inflammatory illness. Autism is highly varied. You just mentioned Thomas and Lydia. Very, very similar in terms of the key things they struggle with, but massively different in other areas as well. Yet they're both classed as profoundly autistic. So where you can have one autistic may speak fluently and live independently, then you have another child that becomes an adult that will need assisted living for the remainder of their life. They're both classed as autistic. So I think that's really important to kind of mention. Obviously, you've got things like being non-speaking, having intellectual disability, epilepsy, lifelong support, everything else that can be thrown in there as an addition. So autism has a strong genetic component.
And this we know, there is a lot of evidence to this. Even anecdotally again, but you can see your family, people around you, and you can start to see that there is a link genetically. We certainly can in our families, and it is proven scientifically.
And there's also no single autism gene.
No,
that's been discovered.
That was the crazy bit.
There's no hey, we've done everything. That's the gene there. Boom. We know what it is.
It's almost a combination of genes, isn't it? That create
so it's many different genetic changes. And I guess kind of developmental pathways that may kind of contribute to it. I know some research has found differences in immune activity and inflammatory markers in some autistic people, but again, that does not prove that inflammation causes autism, or every autistic child has brain inflammation. Removing inflammation doesn't remove autism. Can stem cells correct that problem? So it's
inflammation being present in someone with autism doesn't mean the inflammation is what caused the autism.
So again, in very, very simple terms so that we can understand, autism is not like having a damaged engine part that can simply be replaced. It's more like the brain developed accordingly to an extremely complicated and individual set of instructions. So you can't just go in there and go, right, that's a piece there, let me pull it out or replace it, or let me tinker with it. There you go.
Which is essentially what stem cells are for.
When you have certain injuries, wear and tear, and you're getting on a bit.
And stem cells can repair broken, injured muscles.
We know many sports professionals, particularly in MMA,
ACL injuries and stuff
absolutely.
like that.
So if autism is not a simple injury, what exactly are clinics claiming to repair with stem cells?
Why did they do these studies in the first place?
So,
and it's the inflammation, I think, is the argument that they use, isn't it?
Yes.
That it reduces inflammation. So, what are stem cells? And that's a really interesting thing, is because stem cells, people talk about stem cell therapy and they don't really know what stem cells are.
Jesus.
I've got a very rough idea of what they are.
They're stem cells again. You say stem cells.
There's more than one type.
But then you open the box.
Yeah.
There's so many different categories of stem cells. It's not like, right, there's your stem cell. Let's get that in you. There's so many different types.
So, cord blood. So these are the main types. Cord blood. So it's blood collected from the umbilical cord after birth. It contains blood-forming stem cells and immune cells.
Right. I think most of us would have heard of cord blood and the next cord tissue.
Yes. After that, not a clue. So, cord tissue. In fact, I'll read the cord tissue, then you can try and read the word after.
Thanks.
No problem. Cord tissue, so tissue from the umbilical cord. So very similar. This is often used to produce shit. Now I've got to say the word.
Yes.
Didn't know it was there. Okay. Mesenchymal stromal cells.
We'll go with that.
Go with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Your turn.
And the mesenchymal or mesenchymal stromal cells, they release chemical signals that affect immunity activity and inflammation. So already you've gone through 3 there. Then you've got bone marrow cells taken from the bone marrow. And again, some clinics use a mixture of bone marrow mononuclear cells. Mononuclear cells.
Yeah.
You've got exomes, so tiny packages released by cells. So these are not actually stem cells, although clinics may market them as a type of stem cell treatment as well. So there's already, and these are only the main ones. We can subdivide these many times over, but these are the main ones that we'll probably come across here.
So these cells do not simply travel into the brain and turn into healthy replacement brain cells.
No.
The main theory is that they release chemical signals which may affect immune activity or inflammation. So these are the ones that we're talking about around inflammation.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So again, calling everything a stem cell is like calling every alcoholic drink booze, shall we say.
Right,
a pint, a glass of wine, a bottle of whiskey, they're not the same thing. So again, the same applies to cord blood, cord tissue, bone marrow, exosomes. Yeah, they'll come under that bracket, vastly different.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's really kind of important. And then we move on to kind of some of the research that's kind of taken place when it comes to stem cells. So we've got the Duke University one in 2017, the first one. Again, 25 autistic children. Each child received their own stored cord blood. There was no placebo group in this study. Parents and researchers knew treatment had been given. Some improvements were reported.
Okay. Should we talk about this?
Yes.
Okay. 25 children. That's not a very big sample.
It's not.
Each child received their own stored cord blood.
Yep.
I don't know why that would be a positive or a negative, but this is where it does get crazy if these are studies that anyone's actually listening to. No placebo group.
No.
So for anyone that doesn't know what everyone knows what a placebo is, but if you've got no placebo group, when they do these clinical trials, essentially they will have some people that won't be given the treatment and some people that will, and essentially if the people in the placebo group are reporting improvements when they haven't actually had anything.
One group takes a tablet, the new drug, one group takes a bloody Tic Tac.
Yeah.
And you don't know which one it is, and they're going, wow, I'm feeling great.
Everyone thinks they've had it.
That's your placebo group, yeah.
And parents and researchers knew the treatment had been given. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So not only is there no placebo group, but everybody knew whether they'd had it or not.
Yeah. So you're almost already geared up or conditioned to expect something.
Yeah. So
and then you will now put it down to, it must be this.
Yeah, if you haven't been given it,
well,
you're not going to expect any good results. If you have been given it, you potentially might see something.
You're more aware, and if something does happen.
Okay.
And I think this is what the problem was, is that a lot of children, again, may have improved naturally over that time period or had, reached developmental milestones in that time period.
Yeah.
But because parents have already been informed and they're expecting an improvement, rather, you can't then go, that was a natural improvement. You will automatically go, boom.
And importantly, this is a clinical trial where you haven't had to fork out tens of thousands of pounds to see a result.
Yeah.
So,
and by having no placebo group, the researchers, the people behind this particular study, could not prove that the cells had caused the changes in the children.
No.
Because there was no kind of baseline that you could go to and say, okay, well, the placebo group had no change whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there we go. We can see no change and change.
Okay, so from the Duke University study in 2017, no placebo group, all the parents and researchers knew who had been given the treatment, and some improvements were reported.
Okay, it's a good starting block.
Fine.
It's a good starting block in research.
Fine.
Hence 2020.
Hence 2020, Duke University again. This time it was 180 autistic children. It was randomized. It was double-blind. Now, double-blind means, double-blind and placebo-controlled. So double-blind means not only was it placebo-controlled, nobody knew. The people that were given the treatment and the researchers didn't know who was getting the treatment.
Yeah.
So there was nothing. If a researcher knows someone's been given a treatment, they might give off something.
Yeah. Or you'll find something in the results, and you'll hanker on it. But if you have no idea which patient you're looking at, if they're placebo,
you're just
or
looking
drug,
at results.
You now are critical, independent, looking at it.
Some received their own cord blood, some received donated cord blood, and some received placebo. Like, that's a decent test.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Pretty small sample size of 180 autistic children, but again, how many autistic children are you going to be able to get together?
I want to kind of stress, going back to 2017, that could be used as, right, this is an early study, let's have a look at it. These are the results. Can we get more funding to do a further study? So we're not here to shoot researchers or clinics or studies.
No.
It's important work, but we'll just kind of go through it as to why. I mean, there are companies out there now pushing it.
Yeah, for example, with the 2017 study, if no one had showed any improvements, you probably would think, well, we're probably not going to get funding to move on. So because they had some positive response,
it looks like funding's come.
Yeah, funding's come. Let's do this properly.
And now we're looking at 180 autistic children.
Yeah. Main result across the whole group: cord blood did not significantly improve social communication, autism symptoms, or overall functioning. Possible subgroup: children without intellectual disability appear to show a possible benefit on some measures, but subgroup findings can happen by chance. This needs to be repeated in other large independent studies. So, essentially, that's pretty decent evidence that there's no effect.
So that was kind of
the
biggest and best controlled study.
Yeah.
Did not show an overall benefit.
No.
As it stood.
Yeah.
And obviously there's been other studies, some smaller studies have reported improvements, but the common weaknesses include, again, tiny sample sizes, the no use of placebos, parents knowing treatment was given, different types of cells, different doses, different outcome measures, a very short follow-up afterwards. It's like, right, we've done what we need to do. Well, we can kind of discharge you from the experiment, shall we say. That's it. So kind of short follow-ups. And results not repeated by independent researchers. That's the other thing as well. So,
peer review.
I think the key line here is a small study group looking hopeful and a larger control study failing to confirm it is not science failing. So it's kind of, right, okay, still we're not having anything concrete that is going, wait a minute, this could be a eureka moment.
It's fair to say so far, again, I'm going to have to keep repeating this. If you've had it done and you swear blind it worked, amazing. I hope it did. Crack on. Honestly,
don't
so
get me wrong.
Happy for you.
But I'd love this to work.
Oh my God! I mean, the amount of people it would help.
I would love this to work.
But so far, the studies essentially are saying there's no evidence.
There's nothing concrete.
There's just no evidence that it works. And again, we'll have this in a bit, but the only evidence that is there is anecdotal evidence from parents that have had the treatment done, and you'll see this.
But also, it's also important to know that they've gone through the studies and the evidence is showing, look, there's nothing to say it is working or it's going to work. That is still science working. That's what science does.
Yeah, of course.
It's a science going, well, there's nothing here as it stands. So, as the studies go, there's still valuable information coming from this particular study or these particular studies. They're all beneficial, and hopefully future studies can look at these and go, right, okay, how can we make this the next study group we do better and more controlled to kind of fine-tune things, or they may find something and go, well, we need to focus on this, don't we?
Yeah.
And then we can spend the money focusing on that. But this then leads us on to clinics.
Some of the clinics.
And some of the claims that are coming out. And this is where, I think, going back to your point earlier on, this is where parents are being targeted.
Yes.
And they are targeting
100%.
the desperation out of parents, because if there's one thing that you will spend your money on and you will fight, and as many of us have done, through simple things as trying to get kids education or trying to get them diagnoses, is that you will fight to your final breath to do whatever you can to help your autistic child. And they know that.
Yeah. Did we talk earlier about how much these cost?
I think we've mentioned it's We've seen figures from 10,000 going up to 40,000.
10, 20, even £40,000 a treatment.
Depending on the treatment, where you're going. But one thing we're learning is that there seems to almost be a clinic for your budget.
Yeah, it's interesting, that, isn't it?
Isn't it?
How much can you afford?
Yeah.
Oh, funnily enough, we have a package
We
just
have
for
a
you.
package just for you there. And now this is where some of the claims start to get a little bit ridiculous. And again, this is where they are targeting that desperation. Claim 1. We have a 95% success rate.
Yes, this is a clinic in Turkey. I'm not going to say the name of the clinic. This is a clinic in Turkey, which I discovered off the back of someone on social media. Yes, they claim a 95% success rate. Where the fuck are you getting that number from? Because it's definitely not any clinical studies.
What are you basing it on?
Exactly.
What do you define as success?
Yeah. Well,
What do you define as? Do you define as success as just administering stem cells?
Yeah.
Is that the success?
No one died.
No one died.
Success.
Yeah, well, your discharge wasn't our fault. But what does success look like?
Yeah.
How can you say it's 95% successful?
I know what that 95 is, I reckon.
What's that?
95% of parents that took their child to Turkey, in this particular case, had a positive result. They noticed something. If 95% of those parents went away going, oh, I think I heard an extra word. I think I got a little bit more eye contact. That is, if they're going to say 95%, and it's definitely not based on a clinical study, then that's probably what they're basing it on. Anecdotal evidence from all of those parents that have paid upwards of £10,000.
Are you saying kind of the 95% success rate is almost like on our TripAdvisor rating, we get 95% parents going,
Yeah.
I had a positive experience, not that my child has been cured.
Because you're not lying there. That's cute language, 95% success rate. That's why, what does that actually mean?
But this is the problem. What is success? If you're a parent or a family are having a discussion about spending money and going out there, before you go out there, you saying to yourself, this is what I want as success. I want them to go from being non-verbal to verbal.
Yeah.
That's what I would define as success. But it almost feels like people are going out there going, right, these are the 50 things that I would love to change about my child. I'll just pick 50 because it's a random number. And you don't know which one of those could improve.
No.
There may
you mean naturally? Just
no, well, yeah. Or you have you may have the stem cell treatment, and you may know one out of those 50 things has improved. And it could be like, oh, you know what? They sleep a little bit better.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, stem cells have
Success.
done something. They sleep a little bit better.
That's success.
But do you know what? To spend money and not know what the outcome is, and I know people will take that risk.
Yeah.
To do that, but also I'm really concerned about families out there who are struggling financially to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Who are then going to go, my love for my child is so strong, I don't care what it takes.
They'd remortgage their house for this shit.
And this is what I'm worried about. It's like, I will remortgage my house. But do you know what? I'm going to take this loan out. I'm going to take this loan out. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm going to take this loan out because I can't cope with what life is like at the moment. I want the best for my child. And they go there. And of course, these clinics go, hey, absolutely. You know, we'll put you up. We'll do this. But then what's the rebate?
I've been through one of the questionnaires. And what they ask you is, what are the issues you're having? What are the things you want to improve on? So essentially, you can respond and go, oh my goodness, that's exactly what stem cells can do for your child.
Well, this is just you tailor the response
exactly
to whatever the questionnaire is. It's classic sales, though,
exactly.
Isn't it? What's your pain point? This is my pain point. Guess what?
Yep.
That's exactly what my product
That's
does.
what sales is. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I'll buy it then.
If you can figure out someone's pain point, you're literally asking for their pain points in their initial fucking contact.
But my concern is, like, say you spend 10, 20, 40,000 pounds. It's a fuckload of money, right? You do the treatment, you wait the 6 months or however long it is, no change. Do you then go back to the clinic and go, I've had nothing's changed, can I have my money back? No, we can't guarantee it for everybody.
Right, see, and this is the other thing, right? And this is kind of with the placebo thing. Once you've invested that amount of money, anyone that's done this, by the way, again, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I'm just going to say it one more time. Absolutely no hate to anyone that does this. I 100% get it. We've been through all that pain and, you know, it's horrendous. We totally get it. But if you've paid No, actually, I'll use myself as an example. If I had paid 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand to get Thomas to give me better eye contact or to say a couple of words.
Yeah, become verbal.
If I spent that amount of money and then those words came or he looked at me a bit longer, I would 100% put it down to that 30, 40 grand I've spent. I cognitively could not tell myself that was going to happen anyway. I couldn't. No. I've just blown a huge amount of money. I would have to tell myself. But it's cognitive dissonance.
Would you then go out and then tell everybody else that was it?
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah,
but this is also the concern. Is like because you're conditioned to go, fuck it, I need to justify this money. We've just blown our life savings. We've just got ourselves into massive debt. I need to justify it. So like any benefit that happens is like that is down to that stem cell treatment. Yeah, that's down to that stem cell. And then I'm going to tell everybody else. No, but my concern is by telling everybody else who's already at the wit's end and desperate, they then go, oh, right, okay, well, maybe I'll go and spend 20, 30, 40 grand and I'll do it. And then it's a domino effect. They go, oh, well, this could have happened naturally.
You see it on social media.
Yeah, but now I've got to tell somebody else. And the only person benefiting from it is some clinician in Turkey, or, we'll use Turkey as the example here because, that's the main one that keeps coming up in approaching us, is that, yeah, great. The doctor's not going to say any different. The clinic's not going to say any different. The staff that work there aren't going to say any different. No. He's still going to get into his Porsche at the end of the day and drive home because they're just patients to him and cash cows.
And again,
unless
they might think it works.
Look at it
from a clinician's.
If you drink from the Kool-Aid,
think of it from their point of view, right? It's kind of a perfect little bubble, right? From their point of view, they're giving out this treatment.
And I can't guarantee it
and
works.
All they're getting back is parents who've paid 20, 30, 40 grand telling them they've seen improvements. As a clinician, you're going to think, you're either going to think, I know this doesn't work, but keep giving me your money, or you're going to think, this is...
I've got God.
This is a hell of a business. Yeah. Look at all these fucking families we're helping. And you're going to keep pushing it because you think it works.
Yeah. Yeah. But again,
But...
what is success? What is success?
Exactly.
Like saying one new word, better sleep, less distress, more eye contact, no longer being autistic. Is that success?
Well, and this is the other thing. Okay, so both of our kids have progressed, right? They've progressed. Neither of them have had stem cells. Thomas, over time, has got much better eye contact.
Yeah.
He started to say words.
In the space of us starting this podcast in May 2025,
they've massively...
Thomas has come on in that 15 months now?
Yeah.
He's come on from...
leaps and bounds.
Being like non-verbal to now spelling, AAC device, everything else like that.
So when we started the podcast in May,
yeah,
let's imagine we took him for stem cell therapy in May. And then in July... when he starts spelling words out with his plastic letters, I've just spent 30 grand on stem cell therapy. Am I going to tell myself, that was going to happen anyway? No. Or am I going to tell myself, that's the stem cell therapy?
The difference Thomas has made between when we started this podcast 15 months ago till now is like so far apart.
Yeah.
He's gone from, again, a lad who was very, very frustrated to a lad who's like,
AAC all of a sudden, device.
Spelling hippopotamus, putting words on the landing, finding mum and dad to come and have a look at it, just being engaged,
which he did unencouraged,
starting to have an opinion on, like, I don't want to go there, I want to go to Nan's, all this sort of stuff. 100%. If you'd spent 30 grand and you'd gone for the stem cell treatment and you came back to me and I was catching you, said,
you'd believe it.
How's Thomas doing? You go, you'll never guess what he can do this now.
Mate.
And I'd be go, how much was it? Where did you go?
Yeah, Exactly. If I'd spent 40 grand on stem cell therapy,
you'd then be telling me about you've got to go see that doctor. Yeah. He's an absolute genius.
Exactly.
And I'd be going, right, I need to go to the bank.
Yeah.
If it worked for you, it's going to work for me, isn't it?
Exactly. I think
that's the worry.
That's in part what might be happening. I'm not saying it is happening, but again, to the parents that have had it done, they don't know either. They don't know the stem cell therapy has helped their child. They don't know for a fact. No. They can believe it. They can think it.
And on the flip side, nobody else can prove that it didn't work.
I don't know. It wasn't a stem cell therapy.
Nobody can prove it didn't work.
Exactly.
And this is it. I mean, if you are financially in a position, I guess, where 20, 30, 40 grand isn't going to be like...
Yeah, you don't need to.
We're not going to be
your
able
house.
to go on 4 holidays this year. It'll only
Yeah.
be 2. If you're one of those kind of families and you've got the extra money and you can afford to do it, and you want to do it, go for it.
Yeah.
Because in that sense, you've got nothing to lose.
No.
You've got nothing to.
There are some risks.
We'll
talk about it. But yeah,
at this moment in time, we're up to. You've got nothing to lose if you can afford it. My concern is that it's going to push certain families who are desperate.
That's my biggest
into it.
That's my biggest.
So I don't know whether these firms are going. Can you truly afford this? Can we go through your income and expenditure? No, I think you're making a mistake.
Yeah.
So
can you afford to pay this? I don't think they're doing that.
And again, it's who's measuring the improvement. Are there being results published? How many children did not improve? Are they releasing those information to families before they part with their money?
Is there a non-disclosure agreement for anybody?
Yeah,
Do they have to sign an NDA?
absolutely. Have some families just even just stopped engaging with the clinic because nothing's happened. They've just gone, I don't want nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the claim number one, is that the success rate claim.
Yes.
Is 50% of the time it works every time. Yeah.
What's that off?
Anchorman.
That's it.
So claim 2.
50% of the time it works every time. Sorry, mate.
I know, diversity is an old wooden ship. Claim 2, stem cells repair the autistic brain. What a fucking claim that is. What a fucking claim.
Yeah. So what damage has been identified in the first place?
Yeah.
Because they don't find brain damage in autistic brains. There is signs of inflammation, they say.
Are we going through full MRI scans? Is the stem cell expert now also a leading expert in the brain?
Yeah.
Or trauma to the brain? So again, what part of the brain is being repaired?
How is the repair measured?
Was it shown on a scan?
Did the cells actually enter the brain? I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Did the stem cells you injected actually get past the blood-brain barrier?
Oh no, we're using trepanning. We're just,
or are they just? I don't know. Actually,
we're just going to trepan into your brain.
Do they do it straight? I don't know what they do.
I don't think so.
Some of it's intravenous.
Isn't it like a drip?
I've seen both. I've seen intravenous. I've seen one kid with bandages around his head. So I don't know what was going on.
Straight off the bat, that's unsupported and misleading.
Yes.
If there was any, could you imagine? The news came out: stem cells repair autistic brains.
Yeah.
If as soon as that came out and it's proven, like, whoa, that's
the amount
amazing.
of funding that would go into it if it was
It'd be
proven.
like, stop what you're doing.
Sorry. No more people not paying tax. Excuse me. Let's get them brains fixed.
We've got a whole new set of taxpayers that we can.
But joking aside, that's what would happen.
That's what would happen because you can create the consumer. You increase the consumer base, so of course they're going to spend money on that. You're not a drain on society anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to contribute to
and
it.
anyone that knows, anyone in this community, the SEND community, knows that's exactly what the government would do.
Every government. We've said from the moment you're born, you've got a price on you that you can that you're worth to a government, and if you're lucky enough to be neurodiverse or able to work, then they love you.
And actually, it's a treatment. I assume it's quite relatively cheap because stem cells are easily available. It's not like a cancer therapy potentially or something like that. Like stem cells, we all grow them.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming if it worked.
Yeah, I suppose it's only the ethical side of things, isn't it?
Well, there is the ethical side of it. I don't even grow. I wonder if you can just grow them. Get them from pigs or something.
I don't know.
Making shit up now.
I don't know.
Autism. This is we're on claim 4.
Claim 3.
Claim 3. Most children improve. Again,
great. I love the word most.
Anecdotal, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, did they improve more than children receiving placebo or normal support? Children develop naturally, which is what we were talking about before. They may also receive more therapy, attention, or support after treatment. Yeah. So, yeah.
Which is another point. If you go there and spend your money on stem cells, but you've also you're going through a course of speech therapy with an expert in the UK or the US or wherever you're based, and then you 3 months later, you've carried on with that speech therapy, and everything's being implemented. Then your child starts starts communicating more with the odd word or stringing sentences together.
Yeah.
Is it the stem cell? Is it the fact you kept up with a qualified speech therapist and
exactly.
everything?
before and after studies.
But I'm sure every clinic out there, if they do catch up with a family 6 months later, and they go through that list of all the various things, has eye contact improved? Are they sleeping better? You know, even if you're doing all this extra stuff additionally,
how do you separate out which is...
And you say, yeah, they are sleeping better, but and we've been working with this person here who's a sleep expert, or, you know, we've had a continence consultant in, and they are now starting... They'll just go, oh, so a noticeable improvement.
Yeah.
Tick.
Yeah. That's one of the 95%. But there's no way of knowing how your child would have developed without stem cell therapy.
No,
this is weird, because if you do it, you can't go back in time and then not do it and see what the result was going to be.
Just having a before and after story does not prove that stem cells cause the improvement.
No, not at all.
And naturally, I'm sure they'll be very delighted to say it did cause any improvement in your child, because they want to justify the amount of money that they're charging and ensuring that their customer base grows considerably.
Exactly.
So claim number 4. Autism is caused by inflammation. Some autistic people may show altered immune activity. Again, this does not prove all autism is caused by inflammation. Again, it's just there is not one root cause that causes our children to be autistic.
No.
Sometimes I wish there was, because it would be easier to identify, but it's not.
No.
It's a multitude of different things.
Claim 5. Our treatment is evidence-based. What's the evidence then?
Yeah, so what is the exact study?
It's not studies, because we know the results of the studies, so it's not the studies.
Is every treatment identical?
Probably not, because it all depends on what bracket of treatment you can afford. Bespoke.
Every dose identical. Well, this is it. We joke about it. You can have the bronze treatment. Yeah. You can afford the silver, gold. Guess what? You've got the money for a platinum.
Yeah.
What's the difference? What's the difference? You got better treatment, better sales. What is it?
We should have actually said yes when these people reached out initially.
I think we've got zero chance after this goes
now
out.
we're fucked.
Yeah.
But we should have said yes just so we could get in and figure out what they
go undercover.
Go undercover,
yeah.
Just to the point of your child getting stem cell therapy and you handing over tens of thousands of pounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, I'm just going to back out now.
Yeah. Again, was the cell source identical? This is the other thing. You know, when we were all getting the COVID jabs, we had to make a note of what pharmaceutical company it was and what jab it was.
And people were putting all of that.
Yeah, keep the sticker.
I had the AstraZeneca.
Oh,
like no one gives a shit.
This is it. Again,
strange times.
Is it the same with the cells?
Yeah, could be.
Different batches, different sources. Do they have an effect? Again, did the study actually prove any benefit?
Mm-hmm. They're saying yes, but I just don't know how.
But this is again, it's wording, isn't it? Like a clinic can say its treatment is based on research.
Yeah, and you could say 95% success and the caveat is, well, when we say success, we mean anecdotal from the people that have paid us tens of thousands of pounds to have
so
treatment.
I could say, it's based on research, but then I might fail to say, but the research does not show the treatment actually works.
Yeah, which research? Well, it was the one that didn't have a placebo-controlled trial, and there was only 25 people in it, and a few of them said that they had positive results. Is it based off that one? Yeah.
It's based on the research. But again, they're not saying the research... It does not show the treatment actually works.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely based on research. What does the research actually show? It shows that nothing happens.
And again,
I'm not going to put that bit in there.
No, exactly. So, risks and costs. Again, if you've had this done, we're just saying this because obviously some people, we know people are considering it. I've seen the fucking comments on some people's videos. Some people are considering this. Just think that this particular episode is worth not telling people not to do it. It's just about saying, like,
again,
this. If anyone's telling you it definitely works, okay, but just so you know, these were the studies, and these are the potential risks.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if you think it's going to be the best thing for your child, and
have at it.
Yeah, and you've done your research and you're happy with the research, go for it.
Yeah.
And I hope and pray it works.
Oh.
And you're able to come back and go, do you know what?
30 grand well spent, 40 grand well spent.
Best thing I've ever done. Yeah. And if that's the case, brilliant. And if it definitely worked, then, tell people about it.
But again, you don't know it worked.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Anybody telling you it worked doesn't actually know it worked. They think it worked. They believe it worked. And after spending that amount of money, I hope it worked.
Yeah.
But if anyone's telling you it definitely worked, they don't know that. It's not like getting a cancer treatment to get rid of a tumour, and you have that, and the tumour's gone.
Yeah.
You can prove that one or A did B. Like, you could prove that.
Yeah.
And that's why these are so difficult to do studies on, because the only evidence you can get back is anecdotal evidence back from a parent that said, yeah.
And this is all, like you say, why your child is developing naturally anyway.
Which we can't. How can you split the two out? You can't know which was which.
No, it sounds like it's a very, very simple term. This, but you've got a 5-year-old. I'm going to go for stem cell treatment because I want them to grow, and then we'll come back when they're 7 and go, "Did your child grow?" Like, fuck yeah, they grew. They're now taller.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, it's definitely the treatment that did that. And we go, well, it's either that or they just naturally were going to get there anyway. So medical risks. So depending on the treatment, you've got things again.
This isn't to scare anybody.
This is not to scare anybody. But this could happen with just, visiting your GP for something or having an injection. You've got the risk of infections.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good point, actually. So even
exactly, you could have this by just having the most regular.
Read the back of a paracetamol packet, and it will tell you a list of risks.
You've got the risk of your eyes falling out and your bum falling out. So you've got the risk of infection, allergic reactions, fever, being nauseous, immune reaction, blood clots, contamination, complications from cannulation, and unknown long-term effects. Again, not to scare anybody, and you can get this from the back of a paracetamol packet, or aspirin. Well, you can get a lot worse from aspirin, apparently, according to Donald Trump. But these are all things that you need to take into consideration as well. Some children may require sedation to tolerate the procedure.
Yeah, I mean, I think our kids, I can see why sedation is a...
And that has its own risks.
Yeah, it does.
That has its own risk as well. Again, do you want to say that?
Intrathecal.
Yes.
Intrathecal treatment. Some clinics inject cells into the spinal fluid through a lumbar puncture. I think that's similar to what...
pregnant women.
When they have the...
spinal tap.
yeah, spinal tap. Which injection is that? What's it called? When they're giving birth?
Can't remember.
Oh, the one that numbs it, basically. Numbs everything. So, into the lumbar spine in there. So, injected straight into there. Risks include severe headaches, bleeding, infection, nerve injury, and sedation complications. Again, these are just, these are just common risks that can occur. There is a risk of tumours, but that's not the same as saying it causes cancer.
No, very different.
Very different thing.
Yeah, not all cause cancer. Yeah.
So the risk of tumours, it depends on the type of cell.
It'd also be extremely wrong for a clinic
to say that doesn't happen.
Yeah, to say there is absolutely no tumour or abnormal tissue risk at all.
Exactly. So, yes, it would be wrong to say it causes cancer because there's no evidence of it causing actual cancer. It's just tumour growth. But at the same time, these clinics should be telling you all of these risks. And this is the other thing. They shouldn't just be putting it on a piece of paper that's laminated and going, give this a quick read. Yeah. They should sit you down and talk you through all of this stuff.
I would imagine they will, to cover their ass, have a ginormous contract with terms and conditions.
Sure they do. And also an NDA that says don't tell anybody if it doesn't
covers absolutely everything. So there's no comeback whatsoever.
No.
So financial costs. So we're looking at obviously the cost of the treatment, flights, hotels, insurance. You've got the time off work. You've got maybe scans beforehand, blood tests. You've got to pay for sedation, medication, the repeat treatments.
Yeah, the repeat treatments. This isn't a one shot and you're done.
No. Treatment of complications as well if they do arise.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of thinking, do you know what? That is a lot of money, isn't it? You can see why 10, 20, 30, sometimes 40 grand is mentioned.
Very quickly how that would mount up.
Sometimes just getting flights and hotels, that could be, 5 grand if you're going as a family out there to be with your loved one, your kid.
Yeah.
And then everything else that's entitled, encompassed with it. And then you've got to say, what else could that money be spent on?
Yeah, so there's obviously, if you think what you could do with 10, 20, 30 grand, that's therapeutics that we know work, Granted, they might need a little bit more work behind them. But things like AAC equipment, speech and language support, occupational therapy, respite. Like, respite's massive. Home adaptations, specialist childcare, family support. And the big one I know for me and you, like, just saving that money. Saving that money for when they're adults. Now, I'm not judging anyone that does one or the other. Just, I know those early years when I would have been desperate.
I was desperate.
The Google searches and YouTube searches we did.
Spent a fortune on needless things.
Yeah.
Because I started looking at one thing and then that was it.
Yeah.
Every advert was recommending something else. And then I'd read the comments and every parent was saying, do you know what, this has helped massively.
Yeah.
I go out and buy it. Lo and behold, didn't work.
Yeah.
Didn't work. I could do a car boot sale with everything. That did not work.
It's weird. We keep some of that shit, and I don't know why we still.
I don't want to give it to. Like, I'm really reluctant to give it to somebody else. Like,
no,
because like it didn't work. It was just bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't want to fill anybody with kind of any false hope. So experimental medicine is not automatically unethical.
No.
Selling experimental medicine as though the experiment has already succeeded is. And that is the difference.
Yeah. And this is where we're going to get into the really controversial shit, I think, and might upset people. But I kind of don't give a shit.
God, whenever we ever give a fuck about upsetting people.
So when we started looking into this, okay, I'm not going to mention names.
No.
I found an influencer who boasts having like 7 figures or selling 7 figures or some bollocks. And it was a video where she was discussing her child who'd had stem cell therapy. And this hadn't even entered my mind, what I'm about to say, right? This hadn't even entered my mind. And she was going on about how fantastic it was and essentially how he had no quality of life. And she then went on to say, if anybody's interested, there's a phone number. Call this phone number and then the clincher. And then pointed to a picture of her son. It was like it was a picture behind. It was like a picture-in-picture thing. She was like, make sure you tell them about, and mentioned his name, his story, so they know, and they'll sort you out. And it was like, huh. So I put a comment, and I said, are you getting commission by selling this to other parents? Only reason I say this is because you told them to mention your child and you'd seen this video when they... And I was like, why would they need to do that?
Well, they pay commission.
Why would they need to do that unless they're paying you commission?
Oh, in that case, ignore everything we've said. If you'd like stem cell, just mention the Autism Dadcast and we'll sort you out.
Yeah. So, and I just thought I'd ask the question, like, are you getting paid commission on this? She didn't reply.
Okay.
Replied to everyone else's. Didn't reply to mine.
So reply to the questions asking for more information, but not to the one that says, do you need to declare this that you're getting paid commission on this? Okay. Well, that's interesting because that feeds into other parents' desperation, which is what my concern was earlier on, is that you are going to say it worked and you will want to recuperate some of that outlay that you've put there.
Now, again, I don't want to assume that everyone that's receiving commission is doing it based on knowing it doesn't work. But wanting to make money.
But no. And 100%, the aftercare from the clinics, it's the same as if you have gone there for cosmetic work, will be like, look, are you happy with this? Obviously, would you be happy to recommend us if you do recommend us, or if we can use, whatever.
If you're a Turkey and you had new teeth.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who's done that.
Undercutting.
Yeah, and they look really nice, actually.
They do look good.
If you are happy to recommend us, obviously we'll make sure we share a little bit of the profit with you. Of course, I'm going to. If I'm happy with the service, and then they say to me, "You happy to recommend us?" I'll be like, "Yeah," and I'll be like, "Well, every time someone comes back and it's from your recommendation, I'm going to give you this." I'll be like, well, that's a no-brainer because I'm going to recommend you anyway. But now, yeah, sure, I'll do that because
that's the generous side of...
That's part of every business's marketing budget.
Yes.
It's not a special thing. It's part of the marketing budget.
So now this is where it flips for me. I understand the business doing that in order to run a business.
Because the best marketing you can do is recommendations.
Exactly. I have zero time or patience. I'm really trying to not swear.
Say it.
For people that have had this treatment done, whether they think it worked or not, and that they are now making money out of other parents that are approaching these companies.
Yeah, well, because...
If you're a parent that's making commission from pushing this service, whether you think it worked or not, onto desperate parents, have a fucking word with yourself. That's me being really nice.
No, you did really well.
Thank you.
You did really well there. I would have probably said something different.
Yeah.
But no, I think, and that's the other thing is, because what you're then doing as a parent that's been through this, who are now kind of sharing your experience because you want that financial gain, shall we say? If we are going to focus on those individuals, is that you're not sharing research. You're sharing an emotional journey that you are very, very invested in, and it meant the world to you because we were talking about your child.
Yeah.
But you also know in sharing that emotional journey, it's what every other autistic parent is fearful of, or desires, or their hopes and dreams are tied to.
Yeah.
And they will automatically connect with that story.
You know what that feels like.
And whether or not you know it's right for them or not, by sharing it, it's almost like, do you know what? I don't fucking care.
Like,
if you're doing it simply as now, like I've paid for it now, I'm going to run this as a business and get as many sign-ups as I can. You know, like the people that train to be independent holiday reps. It's almost like a bit of a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
You've got the person at the top who then hires like another couple of people, and then like, hey, you can get a couple of people working below you. It's like, right, I'm now doing this because I've done the treatment, and whether it's worked or not worked, I know now I don't know how much it is. Let's pull a figure. £1,000 roughly.
Yeah.
If someone spends £20,000,
Yeah.
you'll get it now. I don't know, something ridiculous, for instance. If you're like, do you know what? If I can get a few of those signed up, that's great. And I'll just push it as a business or an opportunity for me to make money, but not really like. And these aren't even people you know. That's the other thing. You're just going, we're a community who's supposed to look after each other, but can you give me a few £1,000s?
Yeah, if you're if you've been to Turkey, right, and you've had your teeth done, right, and that company that did your teeth did a bang up job, and you're really happy with your teeth, and they say, listen, we're going to give you a kickback for every other person you refer to us and gets their teeth done.
Yeah.
No problem with that at all.
No
problem whatsoever. But for this, that's fucked up.
Well, the difference is the teeth is evidence. You
Teeth
can look
is
at someone's teeth and go,
but even if you internally are 100% convinced it's worked for you and your child, and another parent comes along, you can refer them without making money out of what might not work.
Yeah.
They might have remortgaged their house, and it not work, but you still got a kickback for it.
But you got a kickback. But then what you haven't seen is 18 months later, they've remortgaged the house.
Yeah.
The relationship is broken down because of financial stresses.
Yeah.
They've now split up. The poor autistic child now has a family that's across 2 different locations, but you don't see that side of things because you spread that. So I think there's a difference with somebody doing a video like that. Do you know what I'd say? If you're going to do it and share your experience, and I've seen somebody else do this, and I think this is the best way to do it if you are going to do it, is don't just share a tiny bit of the end result.
No.
Show us what it's like from the initial consultation. Justify your thought process as to why you did it.
Yeah.
I then go on the journey, meeting the actual clinics, having those discussions, maybe a little bit behind the scenes as a I don't know, a family going, digesting what they've said.
Yeah.
That would be good. The treatment, and then don't end it there. Keep us up to date for 3-6 months, everything else like that, and have that honest conversation going, is that natural? That's something that they've never done before. That must be the stem cell. Is it a combination of the two? That I could get my head around because it's an open dialogue, and people go, now it's almost like a documentary.
Yeah,
I can see a start and a finish.
I have no issue.
You go, I've been out here. Here's a 2-minute video. Strongly recommend them. It's been fantastic. You can now speak 3 languages fluently.
Yeah.
It's down to this.
Great.
Mention me.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable.
I have no issue. I have no issue with how much of a story they share.
And as you said there, you have no issue. It's
Yeah.
our personal.
Yes, but when they say mention my name,
Yeah.
why would they need to mention their name unless they're getting commission?
Yeah, it's for a kickback, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's you say, it's a kickback.
I mean, we might have different opinions on this. It's fine, but
I recommend the AA.
I
There you
have.
go. That's it. I've not getting a kickback from them. They've just done a good service.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you should be doing. If you're going to recommend the service, by all means, recommend the service. Say, we think it worked. It was great.
Yeah.
But don't make money out of it. That's fucked up. For parents of autistic children who know what this battle is like, they know emotionally how fucking awful it is. In fact, the whole reason you've gone and spent tens of thousands of pounds to seek out treatment through stem cell therapy, you know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Don't then make money out of other parents going through the same shit.
Yeah. Without even knowing if it's genuinely worth.
Even if it's what I don't care if you share a snippet of your story or you share the whole length and breadth of your journey with this stem cell therapy, however much you share, don't make money out of it from the company that did it for you. Just don't. It's fucked up. If you want to help people through, if you want to fucking have messages back and forth saying, yeah, this is what we did, this is who we went with, we recommend this, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, great, help people if they've already decided they want to do it. Don't make money yourself out of it. Why would you?
The only way you should be able... It's difficult. If you're going to make money out of it, I think you should be classed as an affiliate on their books, so it's obvious.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Not like undercover. It's like,
no.
Hey,
and so you should.
I'm now an affiliate of so and so stem cell treatment in Istanbul,
and you should be putting on your videos and everything. This is an advertisement.
I can talk from personal experience. I have done it.
Yeah.
But you need to know. It's like obvious, right?
You need to know they pay me for this.
Do you know what? I know this is going to be a little bit biased.
Yeah.
Because you're an affiliate.
Because
and you're
then
on
people
books.
can make it. People can make an informed decision, knowing you're getting paid by them.
But it's also. But then you've still done your job because you've then gone to somebody. Okay, let me look at this. If I am considering it, let me look and now do my research into this particular company.
Yeah,
and I can do it. That's it. But then you've got to do the research and do that.
People need to know that is the, like I'm the fucking rule maker of all of this. But I would only find it personally. I would only find it remotely acceptable for anyone to make money out of this as parents of autistic children, like you said, if they are being completely open and transparent that that's what they're doing. Because if you're not, why aren't you telling people? Why aren't you telling people you're making money out of it? Why are you keeping that a secret?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up. Tell people. If you're an affiliate, tell them you're an affiliate.
Is it because you don't want to tell people because you know people wouldn't then use it?
Fine, but that's not on you. Like, why does that bother you? If someone decides not to do it, it's not your kid.
Yeah.
Why do you care?
Yeah, and you're paying the money because you wanted your child to.
Yeah, you paid it. Fine. If you found however much, if you remortgage your house to do it, and like we said at the beginning, more power to you. I hope
it's
it
just
works.
become more prevalent the last 2 to 3 months, and I don't want it to be kind of, we use Turkey tea for going across to kind of Turkey. I don't want it to become that. Just I'm just going to grasp at this first of all before trying. Going down the lengthy process of speech therapists or occupational health, or I need to learn Makaton and do this. Like, no, it's too much hard work. I've got the money. I'll just spend the money on stem cell.
And some people are taking their kids. And again, you do you, but some people are taking their kids when they're like still very young.
Yes,
they're very young. Like there's still a lot of development that's going to go on. And I mean, whatever, fill your boots. I hope it works. You do you.
I guess some of the kickback
don't make money.
Don't
make money out of other parents.
Why would a doctor offer it if it did not work?
Well, by doctor we don't mean UK doctors or
nope,
because we don't even.
You can't get it on the NHS.
Can't get it on the NHS.
I know the European Medical Agency, the EMA, have said there's no evidence to say this works, and the FDA in the States have said there's no evidence that says this works.
There's some companies. RFK Jr. is suggesting this.
Yeah, well, I mean, he would suggest a lot of things work.
But I mean, some of these companies, again, I'm not going to say which companies because I don't want to.
But they may be in certain areas that
the name of the company suggests they're based in one country.
They can go,
but they're not. Yeah. They're based in a completely different country. Let's just put it that way.
Yes, which is how the advertising now works for things like Turkey Teeth. Is like, hey, speak to our UK agent.
Yeah.
But the treatment's done in.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, so that's important. Regulations vary between countries.
Yes,
and also
it's
clinicians
illegal.
may also have a financial interest. Let's be honest.
Yeah, obviously. Again, there's going to be cognitive dissonance as a parent with the autistic child and the clinician. Like a clinician that's a decent person that's running a business, he's not going to tell himself every day, "I'm evil. I know I'm not helping any of these kids, and I'm just going to keep taking."
It's not as if they're harvesting organs or something like that. Is it? Let's
exactly.
Be honest.
And again, they're getting parents going, "Yeah, this seems to be working," but the clinicians don't know for a fact that wasn't the trajectory that child was on anyway.
No,
they don't know. Nobody does.
No.
Anyway.
And again, if a question came up, why wouldn't you try anything for your child?
Yeah,
that's right.
I get why people do it.
And you, at the same time, you literally can't try everything out there.
No.
For your child, because every decision involves, again, risk, evidence, cost, pain, stress, what you got to put the child through as well.
Yeah.
I think it's important to stress that loving your child does not mean saying yes to every treatment that's offered out there,
especially when there's no evidence that it works.
Yeah.
Again, like this, like me and Andy were different people, so obviously we don't think the same. No. We are one.
We do get mistaken for the same person.
We do,
like Ant and Dec
all the time. But my issue personally isn't that people want to take their children for this stem cell therapy. I don't know if Thomas had more severe things going on, like if he was still self-harming, if he was still not sleeping, all of that stuff. I don't know that I wouldn't go for it. But what I know I wouldn't do is accept money from these clinics to get other parents to do the same.
No, which is why
I wouldn't do that in a million.
Which is why
years.
a lot of
I'm far too principled for that.
Which is why a lot of clinics have contacted us over the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, and they haven't had a single reply.
No,
I think we might have humoured one.
I think the first one, we're like, what are you on about?
Yeah.
And then it became obvious when we looked at their social media team and the evidence.
Because funny enough, mate, there's more important things to us than money.
Yeah, otherwise we would actually have some money.
Oh, mate, we'd be flying.
Yeah. Again, if you want to donate, buy us a coffee. We have it in our link tree.
Yeah, that's where we get our money from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Buy us a coffee. The Discord.
We've raised more money for charity than we've made out of this podcast.
Oh, God, yeah. And we're happy to do it.
Absolutely. Another important question that comes up, and this, and I hope this is not a question used by doctors or clinicians to add that little bit of pressure in closing the deal, shall we say. What if we miss the treatment window? If we do it now...
What is the treatment window?
If we do it now, the treatment window.
Is there one?
The treatment window.
Yeah.
If we do it now compared to 2 years later...
Do they say there's a treatment window? I don't even know.
I don't know, but you could imagine it putting a bit of pressure on. The sooner you start, the better.
How old's your kid? 5. Oh, you are right at the beginning of that treatment window.
You were in the treatment window.
Yeah. How old's your kid? 7.
So you are starting. How old's your kid? 15.
Yeah.
You are just outside. Come on.
Yeah.
There's no proven stem cell treatment window for autism
because there's no proof that it works in the first place.
So be careful. Urgency could be a powerful sales tactic. A clinic should not frighten parents into acting quickly without evidence. And again, we've got to be very careful here.
Steady.
There's going to be clinics that are doing this treatment, as you kind of mentioned before, who are probably the creme de la creme of what they do. They do believe in it. They take it 100% seriously.
Yeah.
And they don't put pressure on parents.
Nope.
They are very much like, you need to seriously think about this. Yep. Okay, this could be life-changing financially for you, but also life-changing for your child. You need to make sure it's the right choice for you.
Yeah.
We'll hold your hand every step of the way. If you have questions, come to us. If you want to stop, delay, we can look at that. We can work with you.
I'm sure they're great.
And there are going to be ones like that. On the other side, just the same as any other treatment out there that you get, there's going to be the, I'm going to take a chance. There's money to be made here. I've got some space. I'm going to open up a clinic. I've got my medical degree. I'll get some cheap staff. We'll tart the place up a little bit. I don't care if we go bust after 2 years. I'll make as much shit as I possibly can now, and then I'm off to Dubai.
Yeah.
You're going to have both, and they could be marketed the same way.
Yeah, so what Andy's saying is if you are going to do it, spend 40 grand. Because the 10 grand one's a shit hole.
The 10 grand ones are shit. And if you can look out for the Andy Williams School of Stem Cell Therapy, they're really good as well.
This is the shit one.
Could stem cells still work for some children?
There's no evidence that they do, but yeah,
there's no evidence they don't.
Exactly.
This is it. So it's varied, isn't it? It's possible.
Yeah,
it's possible. You know, there could be a biological subgroup that may one day benefit from something that stem cell is doing, which is go, do you know what? These autistic children also have this additional need or kind of effect from the autism. Mm-hmm. Wow, this has actually had for those children.
Yeah.
It's had a positive effect on this particular aspect, which has now made their lives a little bit easier.
Do you know what?
It hasn't removed autism.
With these studies, the way they turned out, you'd have had the same results if they'd have said eating Pink Lady apples might help your child's autism.
No, it helps 95% of children.
Yeah, eating Pink Ladies. They are the nice ones. They're nice apples. But
I'm glad you said apples.
Yeah, apples.
No, I'm just rather than just eating Pink Ladies. If you eat a Pink Lady, there's 95% success rate.
Yeah, but again, it's like that's kind of where we're at.
No, are you against stem cell research, Gaz?
Am I against it?
Yeah.
I'm not against... No, and this is the thing.
There you go.
I'm not against stem cell research. I'm against people making money. And this is where it flips, right? I've got more, when it comes to making money off the parents, I've got more of an issue with the parents that have had it done making commission than I do with the clinics that are selling it in the first place.
Yeah.
Because those parents that are making commission, they know what it's like to be an autism parent. They know how hard it is. They know what the desperation feels like. So if you're making money out of that, you know the people you're making the money you're making money out of. You know they are. You know what they're going through. These clinicians running a business in fucking Turkey or wherever the fuck they are, they don't have that connection. They're ignorant to it. So, again, if you want to go get stem cell therapy, there's not a lot of evidence, but fill your boots, hope it works. Genuinely mean that.
No, and I think we're not against stem cell research. I think
do more research. See if go for it.
I'm in support of proper research. Mm-hmm. Go out there, do more research, fine tune it. Let's actually do proper studies to find out if it is going to work.
What could they do now? I mean, basically, because that big study they did, that was pretty good. I mean, a bigger sample size.
Yeah, I think a bigger sample size. 180. Is that enough? Is that enough?
I mean, that's 180. I mean, for 180 autistic children, that's a hell of a sample size.
We've seen sample sizes though when it comes to vaccines in the thousands.
Yes, but they've been doing those for a lot longer, haven't they? So, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
And
all you can do is randomised, it's double-blind, it's placebo-controlled. They use different types of cells. Essentially, the only thing to add in there is the sample size. But yeah, man, great. I mean, I would love them to keep doing studies. I would love them to find out that this works.
Yeah, It'd
be great. There's some parents that are absolutely going through it.
Or just to come out and go, do you know what? We've done this, and we've done sample size after sample size. We've done various different ways. We've flipped it inside out. We've done all of it. It just doesn't work. Great. Well, okay, we know it doesn't work then.
The problem is that is what's happened.
Yeah.
You can never prove the negative of something. So you can never prove something doesn't work. You can only prove the positive that it does. Yeah. So essentially, that's what's happened. They have found no evidence that it does work. The only evidence there is anecdotal from other parents that have had it done.
Yeah. So quick myths and facts. Okay, so here's the myth. Stem cells replace damaged autistic brain cells. All right, that's never been proven. I think that's important to say.
Yeah. Myth. If a treatment is listed as a clinical trial, it must work. Fact. A trial is designed to find out whether something works. Registration is not proof.
Yeah. I think just because you've done a clinical trial doesn't mean it's work. A clinical trial will still have a couple of answers. Yes, it does work. No, it doesn't work. Yeah. It's uncertain. Again, it's ambiguous.
And everyone, even after listening to us ramble, go and do your own research. Yeah. That's such a cliche, isn't it? Do your own research. But it's important. And you don't have to be, you don't have to understand all of this stuff. Me and Andy don't understand it. But you can read the results of these trials because they lay it out black and white.
Yeah, if you want to, you can take the results from there, the key side of things. You can go into AI now and just say, can you break this down into simple terms that an everyday person such as me would be able to understand.
I talk to my AI quite a lot sometimes, and I'll say, explain this to me like I'm a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's really good because I need that quite often.
Testimonials prove success. No, testimonials show that one family believes it happened. I think that's really important. It does not prove the treatment caused the change.
And unless
it's
I'm
a
wrong,
testimonial.
That's the only evidence we have at the moment is testimonials from other families.
Yeah. No, if I'm walking out of there floating on on cloud nine, thinking, yes, it's gonna work, isn't it? It's gonna work, and we've had a lovely trip out there as well, and we're flying back now, and everyone's like, yes, you've done it, guys. Wait and see. Do you want to do a testimonial? I'll be like, yeah, it's been a fantastic experience. Everything else like that.
Yeah. Well, that's 30 grand down the fucking Swanee. Total waste of time, and now I'm skint.
Yeah, exactly. All stem cells are the same. No, we've said this. Cell products vary enormously. The research proves stem cells will never help autism. Research may eventually identify a benefit for a particular group.
100%.
This has not yet been proven.
That's what we keep saying.
So again, it's not shitting on this. Yeah. It's saying, look, at this moment in time, it's like we've not got anything.
No, if anyone tells you it's proven to work, they're lying.
Or says the opposite. It says it will never help autism again. We can't say that. It's bollocks. You can't say that.
Nope.
It may one day do that. This is why we need to do research, and money needs to be pumped into it. And I hope a lot more money is pumped into autism, the traits of it, the genetic makeup of it.
And the stuff they've done with stem cells recently, like autism aside, is crazy what they could do with stem cells.
Well, even what they can do now with the DNA, the genome sequence.
Yeah.
Lydia's going through it.
What?
Yeah.
What's she having done?
Well, last time we saw
You getting commission?
Yeah, I'm getting commission off the NHS. Good luck.
So what are they doing?
Last time we saw the paediatrician, they said, would we be interested in them looking at some DNA markers for Lydia?
Oh, yeah,
And I think what they said is when we initially took a blood test maybe 5 years ago, the technology wasn't there to really go into it.
Yeah.
Fast forward 5 years, they're like, we can now do this.
That's crazy.
And we have a better understanding of the genome, the sequences, the genetic makeup of children. We now have sample sizes that we can go against that are greater than what they were 5 years ago.
Right.
Would we, be happy to be part of this?
So you can find out whether or not this was all your fault.
Yes.
Okay.
Which would be fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, it's not. It's nobody's fault is the correct answer. It's whoever manufactured that aspirin.
Yeah.
So again, it's like more research is great. More research is the way to go forward. Inadvertently, would all these families do this? Create a research pool one day?
Maybe all of this spin that's going on.
If we can come back and actually say, everybody that actually did do stem cell treatments, by the time the children reach adulthood, I used the word ahead. They're more independent.
Yep.
Than the children that haven't had
this.
this.
You might be able to see a correlation.
That we need to look into this. Yep. There's definitely a correlation here. Yep. Correlation usually happens because there's a link of some sort. So it may inadvertently be helping in the long run.
And if it does, amazing.
Yeah.
That would be so cool for people further down the line that are in our position. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. So I'd say to kind of conclude this little bit here, and hopefully we're not pissed off too many people or upset too many people.
We so have.
But I have the feeling that we have. But look, not every scientist investigating stem cells is going to be a charlatan.
Nope.
Or anything like that.
I'd imagine most of them aren't.
No, because you go into science for good reasons. Yep. There's going to be respected researchers asking legitimate questions about cord blood, immune signaling, and whether certain groups of autistic children might one day benefit. But might one day is not the same as works today.
No.
And I think that's the important distinction that parents and families thinking about this need to be aware.
And I've said this before, anybody going into this, just bear this bit in mind. The largest high-quality trial did not show an overall improvement. Right? That's not saying it definitely doesn't work. Just saying the best high-quality research study they did, showed no improvements. The smaller ones had interesting signals. Interesting signals are parents that weren't part of a placebo-controlled, double-blind trial saying, they said some extra words and they weren't saying anything before the trial, or they're looking at me in the eyes longer than they used to. But all of that stuff is really inconsistent and not repeatable. So just bear that in mind.
Yeah. So, for me personally, at this moment in time, based on the evidence available today, I would not look into this or recommend this to anybody I knew at the prices that are being quoted.
No.
I think that's also the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
To spend £20,000 on commercial stem cell therapy for autism, I couldn't justify that.
No.
If they said, hey, it's only a couple of grand, like 1,000, 2,000, something
Yeah.
like that, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
That's a completely different conversation. You go, do you know what, we can get that amount of money. That's no problem at all.
Yeah.
When it comes to money like it's a deposit for a house,
Yeah.
or you're remortgaging your house and putting yourself like in scary times,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Over something
Yeah.
where there's no evidence that it works.
Yeah.
Apart from other parents that have had it done.
And this does not mean we're acting as judge, jury on any parents who already have or in the process of doing it. 100% not.
Hope it worked.
It just means the standard of evidence must be stronger when especially at this price, and that the risk and emotional promises are so high that you just kind of think it doesn't sit comfortably with me.
No. And again, I hope if you've had it done, I wholeheartedly, I hope it works, and I hope you think it's money well spent. I really, genuinely do.
Yeah, 100%. And the clinics that claim a 95% success rate, it should not be left to an exhausted parent to prove that claim is false. The clinic must prove that it is true. It's not our job to go, you're lying.
Yeah.
It should be their job to prove that it is true.
If you go to that clinic and you see stuff like that, or you're interested and you're reaching out on social media, and you see stuff like this, just ask the question, what does that mean? And let us know what they respond with, because I'll be really interested to know what the answer is.
And again, if you are going through it, if you have had it done, there's going to be reels going up. Share your experience.
Yeah.
Share. Obviously, don't put your link in there to your commission thing, but
or if you are, be open about it. If you're making money out of it, be
genuinely, open. I'd be really interested into why initially you looked at it, how you found out about it as well. Would be really interesting. What put it on your radar?
Yeah.
What was your experience? And honestly and genuinely, do you feel there has been a benefit to your child? And can you really put that down to the stem cell treatment, or would this have naturally occurred anyway?
And if you're really honest with yourself, do you know for a fact that the reason you think that had a positive effect is because it genuinely has, or because you've put so much money behind it? Part of you is like you've got a little bit of cognitive dissonance, and your brain is making you think it has to be this, because if it isn't this, I've just spent a shitload of money for something that didn't work. Again, to the conversation we had earlier, these kids do progress. Having an autistic child doesn't mean they're never going to improve. They do improve.
Yeah.
Thomas is proof of it. Lydia's proof of it. It does happen. So just bear that in mind. And if you're really going through it at the moment, again, totally get it if you want to go through this. But don't think that it's the end and the things you're going through at the moment are how it's going to be forever, because it isn't the case.
No. So I think the final one-liner, shall we say, on this is stem cells for autism are a legitimate subject for research, but the evidence does not currently justify clinics selling them as a proven treatment.
Which is why it's not available in the UK, the US, most of the EU.
Yeah.
And that's why you've got to go to places like Turkey.
Perfect.
Get it done.
That was deep, wasn't it?
Fucking was it. We were going to talk about some other stuff, but...
Yeah, we were.
Should we touch on it?
I think we should touch on
it,
because naughty little children out there causing issues.
It'll be old news if we don't.
Yeah.
What should we do first?
The
whistleblower.
The whistleblower?
The whistleblower. The ITV whistleblower. That came out of nowhere. Shock fucking horror.
There's any family out there that didn't even think that.
It was weird, wasn't it? Because when it came out, it was like, ooh! But then when everything she said, it just proved, and again, we don't know we don't know which local authority it was. I think we might have an idea which local authority it was.
Yeah.
Bit of an insider might have told us.
Yeah.
But again, no one was surprised what was said.
No.
And it was said that this is isolated to one local authority.
What did they say? That's the key thing.
They basically said everything that we thought was going on. Stupid shit. Like, they intentionally caseworkers get told not to put their phone numbers on the letters so they can't get hold of them.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't leave a paper trail so there's no evidence when things go to tribunal.
Yeah.
Don't make relationships.
Yeah.
Because they're worried that if you get a strong relationship, the caseworker might kind of give them a little bit more information.
Oh,
than they
do
want
the
them to
job.
have.
Oh, do the job. Also, there was that bit of laughing at people's...
Laughing, yeah. She
That's the
said
bit
her
that
managers
really fucking annoyed me. was
laughing
that
about
there are
intentionally shafting people.
People working in local authorities dealing with families at their wits' end who want the very, very best for their children.
Yeah.
And these are people employed by the taxpayers' money who are supposed to be doing the job.
Yeah.
And then they're sat there fucking laughing and taking the piss out of someone's misfortune, heartache, misery, and everything else there. And they're clocking it at 9, going home at 5, having a fucking jolly, having the best pension out there that you can't get in the private sector, and then just laughing that they are not doing their job.
Crazy, isn't it?
And every single autism parent out there has had a conversation with another autism parent in their local authority going, is it just our local authority that are shit? Why can't we get anywhere with them?
Well,
Why can't I get hold of anybody?
Yeah.
I swear they're doing it deliberately. Well, guess what? We just found out they are.
They are, yeah. And it's, the kind of people who are talking saying, well, we don't know which local authority this was. And if you think about it...
Does it end in Shire?
No.
Oh, that's narrowed it down.
No, it doesn't end in Shire. But ultimately, the shit rolls downhill, and local authorities are instructed by government.
Yeah, well, we know this firsthand.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think this is a localised issue.
We talked about it when we were doing about the white paper about the financial incentives that local authorities had from government.
Yeah.
Can you make this figure happen? If you do, guess what? We'll put this little bit of money in your pocket.
It's just...
And it actually had a name. I can't remember the name, but it was a justified actual scheme that was legitimate. But it was something you would expect to happen.
Yeah, if you can reduce...
During kind of Chicago when they banned alcohol and Al Capone.
Yeah.
It was like you're going to grease my hand, I'll look after you, you're one of the family now. Da, da, da.
And that was like a legitimate...
Yeah, but it was on a government basis.
Yeah, crazy.
On a government basis.
So hopefully there'll be more whistleblowers that come out.
I hope so.
I really hope that more
what would actually like to happen is they do something about it. Not that they just go, hey, guess what? They are absolute twats. Oh, well, never mind. Nothing we can do about that.
They're just saying, well, that's not...
Let's put another job description out.
Yeah.
Are you heartless? Do you just like disabled children?
You're a heartless shitbag.
Have you thought about working for your local authority?
Yeah.
Again, not saying everybody out there
is
like that, but the vast majority of you seem to be.
So... And then we had, I can't remember her name, Olivia Utley on GB News, big favourite of the Autism Dadcast.
Is she,
joking.
Is she the one who went to the cafe?
Yes.
Oh God! When I watched that, I was almost sick in my mouth.
Yeah. So she.
God, what about
it? Was one of our followers.
Virtue signalling bitch.
Yeah, one of our followers sent it, and essentially, for anyone that hasn't seen it, she said, "Well, I take my little boy." I nearly started doing a voice then. That wouldn't have been appropriate. It was way too posh. She basically takes her kid to, I think it's like 18 months old. Takes him to this cafe. He's been taking him there for about 6 months, I think she said. And it's a nice environment.
Special cafe though.
Special cafe, yeah.
She doesn't just take him to like Starbucks.
No.
I need to make sure everybody's aware.
Yes.
I take my son to one of those lovely cafes where they employ disabled people because I'm so amazing. By the way, I'm also the person that takes a video of me giving a homeless person a tenner.
Yeah.
And then put it on social media just so everyone go, aren't you a good person?
That's it. And she was pointing out that, it's lovely, it's normally really nice. We sit there and there's all these people with like autism and they're trying to work there and it's normally fantastic. It's normally just a really nice experience. But this one time, this one lad, I assumed he was there for training, he just started shouting at somebody and then ended up throwing a chair in her direction. Didn't hit her or her kid. Must have been pretty scary, to be fair. And then they went and hid in the toilet.
I'm already debating whether through a chair, like in a pub fight, someone picks a chair up and launches it across the room.
Now I'm wondering...
That's the image I've got. It was a cafe full of mums and everybody else.
Yeah.
No one else said they got injured.
No.
I don't know whether he's just pushed a chair or something.
Yeah.
We
don't know.
I don't know, but I doubt he's picked up a chair.
We don't know what happened.
And just gone, have it.
But
and then launched it like that. But then she said, and this is what made me chuckle. It was like, she's like, I had to lock myself in the disabled toilets for 20 minutes with my child.
Yeah.
I just had this image of like, the way she described it was absolute carnage.
Yeah.
She managed to get into the toilets first, lock the door, then there were just like helpless people just banging on the door saying, let me in before he attacks me. No. You didn't stay in there for 20 minutes.
No.
If you did, you're an absolute knobhead.
Well,
because that would have been over in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There was no need for you to go in there. And then what was her final comment?
Well, she went on to say that with all these other incidents that have happened recently, and then she mentioned that
Crocodile.
That little boy that got thrown in or put into a crocodile enclosure got seriously injured. He's okay now, considering, but he's had like 5 operations and stuff. And she was like, I think it's time we have a conversation around whether how much access. No, what did she say? Let me find it. The actual quote. But essentially, how much access we give these people to children. I do think it's worth a discussion about whether those people have too much access to children. Those people. And then she went on to talk about so she kind of conflated 3 things. She said there was a man with a learning disability.
Yeah.
Which is the crocodile incident.
Crocodile.
Yeah. Autistic cafe workers, and then people with mild anxiety or depression. It's kind of conflated them all together like they're all the same thing.
Just group them together. Yeah. It's fine.
Now, the crocodile thing, clearly, like, the issue there was the carers. He had 2... It was a 2-on-1.
If he's out on a 2-to-1...
And he managed to put a child into a crocodile enclosure.
Yeah, I'd be saying...
Sacked.
Guys, what were you doing?
Get
off your phones.
Yeah,
eh?
they've been investigated, apparently.
Yeah, you know what? If it's 2-for-1, it's on them. It's not on him.
No.
A guy having training to work in a cafe, and this pisses me off as well because we do a lot of work for Ambitious about autism. We know how important it is to have those opportunities for young adults to go out there and feel that level of independence that they're contributing to something, as well as having that routine of being able to say, for 3 hours a day, I work here. That is my routine. I know what's going on now.
Yeah, I'm expected, like Jolanta said.
That's important, yeah? And I'm not being funny.
You're missed if you're not there.
I'm not being funny. How many times have we had a fucking shit day at work?
And thrown a chair at someone. Loads of times.
But because we're able to kind of deal with that, we still have shit days at work.
We do. I think.
And if you're going to go to a cafe that has a majority of people that work there that are on a spectrum, okay, it's going to be a little bit different than if you go to your Starbucks, darling, and have your matcha.
It is, but
be aware of it.
Seriously, so this you either I don't know exactly how it would work. You do need to do a risk assessment on it.
Yes.
If you've got, but I'm assuming the risk assessment was done.
Yes.
So assuming the risk assessment's done, anyone that's going to frequent that establishment should have some expectations. Not necessarily that they're going to have a chair thrown at them, but that, like you say, it's a little bit different.
Look, I'm going to say this. This is an incident that's happened here, right? And she's been saying, I've been to this cafe for many, many years. This is the first time it's happened.
I think it was months.
All right, months, whatever. It's the first time it's happened.
Yeah.
I've been to a pub before where a member of staff has just lost their shit, thrown a glass on the floor and quit.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
All right? Just because you've had an incident there that's happened...
Yeah.
Don't make it part of a larger conversation about we need to do something about these people.
These people, yeah.
Them.
That's the problem I've got.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like you're just grouping them all, like how much these people have access to children. It's like
fucking hiding in a disabled toilet or whatever it was, or a toilet for 20 minutes.
And again, the frustration that this chap's had, I don't know the level of his disability.
Dealing with her.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like, will you just shut up and order already?
But he threw a chair. Did he throw a chair?
Did he
push a chair? Like, we don't know. But anyway, and it's actually less about that incident and what that led on to her saying. So
to go on national,
I mean, talking about like conflating people with anxiety and depression with autism and learning disability. It's like why are we grouping these all in the same group?
It's part of almost like a new narrative now, isn't it? It's like, wait a minute, something horrendous has happened. Oh yeah, they had. some sort of disability, mental disability, or it was autism, or they have an intellectual disability. That's what's caused it. And we've seen it, unfortunately, recently with some of the news that came out with the horrific murder of Anne Widdecombe. It's like the line we need to push out straight away was, there was some sort of intellectual disability behind it.
It wasn't suitable for interview.
It's like, oh, great, now what we're going to just say, like, oh, we've got to be really wary of anybody that's different or neurodiverse now. Fucking shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. It's definitely not the case. In fact, if anything, these people are way more vulnerable than anybody else. They're like the most vulnerable people in the country.
Absolutely.
Is people with additional needs.
Don't drink in that cafe anymore.
But again,
you won't be missed.
It was GB News, not a huge shock, but they just, irritating.
Yes, very, very irritating.
Anyway, we'll try and lighten it up next time, shall we?
Oh, no, I quite like these sort of ones. When it's really fucking 30 degrees out there and we're just talking about stuff like this, what can we possibly be any better than that? But no, it's been good. It's been good. Look, share your thoughts. Let us know what you think.
Follow us on YouTube.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Just, if you've got nothing better to do, like there's 160,000 of you now that follow us across the globe. Go on YouTube and just click follow.
What are you doing?
You love the reels. Watch the long episode.
Literally, just do it now. YouTube, Autism Dadcast.
Well,
subscribe. Then you're done.
We just got to release a reel saying Andy got his tits out.
Yeah. Oh.
And everyone's like, let's watch the YouTube and find out when he did it.
Because we won't put it out as a reel.
That's right.
We won't let them see it. They'll have to go to the podcast.
It'll go behind a paywall.
Paywall. Oh, just increase the Patreon. Just make
only fans. Only dads.
Oh no, that's disgusting.
Only dilfs. Anyway, let's stop it there before I take it too far.
Nice one. Thank you, mate.
Have a good one.
See you later.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.